G'day guys, Rubber Kitty here. Hey, so alpha D types, and why it kind of seems like I'm double dipping in the titles or the labels here, because alpha, more is considered dominant with return in terms of personality types, and D types dominant, masters, tops, all that sort of stuff. The reason I put alpha D types is because about 4 or so years ago, 2014 when I first started, or 2013 when I first started getting into the BDSM lifestyle, there was a new classification called Primals, and quite a few Primals talk about being alphas, as in like the alpha pack, like as in wolves and all that sort of other stuff. So they class themselves as alpha, as a, not only just as a I guess a personality type, but as a title in and of itself, to be called an alpha. So you have your alpha D types, or your alphas, and primarily used for people that are into primal play, but also have been used by people that are into pet play, and it kind of it's kind of self-evident as to what that is, and not much explanation, I guess, needs to be told about that. Consequently, when people call themselves alphas, usually in a primal sense, it denotes that they are the head of their pack, or head of their household, or head of their relationships, which is different obviously from the submissive side, where they can be the head of the household, but that's under the directive of their D type. So yeah, not very much to say, I guess, on the whole alpha D types. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're obviously, as I said, out there and stomping around and saying, I'm the alpha, you will do whatever I say. They're not always the biggest, the meanest, the nastiest person around. And I think that's something that needs to be pointed out, because I've seen many relationships and all that over the past time where the actual alpha, or the dominant, is not the most charismatic, is not the most obvious, is not the meanest, is not the nastiest person. When I've looked at relationships and seen how their relationships work, they actually are quite put together. That's an essential, I think, for a lot of D types, whatever you want to call yourself, is that, in some way you've got your shit together, you've got your life sorted, in some way, shape or form, because there's only so much you can control, even as a dominant. I mean, I've had a lot of people say, oh my god, I'm dominant 24/7, every single minute of every single day, and I go, well, that's good, so when you're sick, what are you dominating then? When you're sick and someone has to run around after you, what then? Male, female, doesn't matter. We all are submissive in some way to something, like whether it's the tax man or the government or something like that. But real dominants have a way of having a vision, having a way they want their life to work, and taking the steps even though they don't feel like it, even though they're not motivated, even though it's something that they don't really want to do. They know that there are some things that have to be done in order to live your life, get what you want, get what you need, and to thrive and look after all those under their charge, and more importantly, themselves. So, alpha doms, usually for primal players and pet players, but also a personality. Being a S-type, usually, I don't have a huge lot to say about that. Should probably actually talk to someone who considers themselves an alpha, and get a beat on what they're thinking. Or even if you are an alpha, chime in down below and let me know what you think and give me your definitions and we can have a discussion. And yeah, early morning again. It's dark, very dark. Yesterday it was the sun was out. Now there is nothing but lights and darkness, but it's actually very pretty. Look. Anyways, morning to all those. G'day Luke. Morning. And alphas, awesome people. Many people say that they're alphas when they're not, but then that's life. Okay, see you later. Love you guys.